But I do want to go into Mono Red Party and talk a little bit more about this deck before we go in, because there's some cool stuff about it. I've already said one of the main reasons I wanted to build this deck is because I want to see if like a real budget deck can work. And again, you take out the Shatter Skull Smashings, the deck's like $30. Not a bad deal. But one thing that you may notice, the elephant in the room or lack thereof, is like, hey, where's that elephant that you used to have? Is there's no embercleave in this deck. That's I wanted to keep it as budget as possible, so there's that, you know. Again, you could just remove these smashings if budget is more of a priority. But second, I wanted to see how a mono red deck performs without embercleave. I specifically want to conduct that thought experiment. And third of all, I want to see, and this has presented itself in some of the games I've played so far, I want to see if there's still like a phantom embercleave effect on our opponents, right? They just assume that we're playing embercleave, and so they block funny, or they don't block, or they make odd decisions because they assume an embercleave is coming, right? I think that might actually be a thing that we have to consider. At least I want to know how the idea of us maybe having an embercleave affects an opponent's behavior during combat. But there are solid reasons why we're not playing Embercleave 2, and the big one is Ardent Electromancer, which is the whole reason I wanted to build a deck in the first place. Because, like, I swear this card is good. I know this card is good. Deep in my bones, I know that Ardent Electromancer is a really, really good Magic card. And so far, the games I've played with the deck where it performs well because of Ardent Electromancer. Turn 3, playing an Electromancer into a 2-drop plus a 1-drop is a thing sometimes. We cannot get... I don't think we have any clerics in the deck, so we just cannot get the 4 mana for this, but it can pay for itself on turn 3 on occasion, right? You know, you go turn 1 Charger into turn 2 Robber into turn 3 Ardent Electromancer, that's 3 mana right there. Or you can go turn 1 Sneaking Guide, which is a terrible card, but it is a rogue, on turn 1. Into turn 2 Kargan Intimidator or Gomafada Vanguard or Grotech Budcatcher. And then you got yourself a 3 mana Electromancer. Even if they kill one of your creatures, you still have a 2 mana Electromancer. And like Ardent Electromancer on 3 into Robber of the Rich is still a pretty decent play. So we fill our board like pretty easily. But that said, you know, we have like a bit of a lack of closing power because we're not playing Embercleave. So we can sometimes struggle to get over decks like Mono Green that have big old dudes at brick walls and stuff. So there are some bad matchups for the deck, and some of those bad matchups are really popular decks. But at the same time, you know, mostly I wanted to test out a couple of things in a world where we don't play or have Embercleave. I wanted to test that, that idea out. And I wanted to check out Relic Robber too. It's another rogue for the deck. But this is kind of a form of reach, in a way. You know, on turn 3, sometimes we can go Ardent Electromancer into Relic Robber, swing with the Robber. And especially if we win first, it's very likely to hit. And if they don't have a way to sacrifice the token, that's just guaranteed damage every turn. And if it hits more than once or we get multiple Relic Robbers, then we can tag them with a bunch of tokens. And if they can't do anything about the tokens, like if they're not playing Village Rites or Witch's Oven or something, then the tokens can get really annoying, and they're effectively a form of reach. Plus, we have a fair amount of like haste dudes in the deck with Relic Robber and Robber of the Rich. We have relatively strong cards like Bone Crusher Giant still, so the deck isn't bad per se. It's really just hinging a lot on Ardent Electromancer and exploding onto the board on turn 3 when it can. But so far the deck has been really fun for me to play, but I can't really call the deck good yet. I haven't really put in enough games with it, but mostly we're looking to see if like a $30 or $40 or $50 deck can actually compete in the current standard. Hey, look what we did, everybody. We moved the cat cam before we even made a single play. How do you do that? Chandichata, sub with Prime, thank you. I hope that's your name. Alright, so they play Mono Red as well. If you can't tell. Here comes Fireblade Charger. Deal with that Weaselback. It's Wesselback. The only good Frozen joke one can make. Alright, what you gonna do? You're just gonna get in and pump? You gonna do it? You're gonna shock my Charger? That'll kill your red cap. What a predicament. What art this is. What incredible art this actually is. How big is the Weasel or how small is the Goblin? Alright, so you're gonna do it? I'll trade. That's fine. I don't care. Usually in a party deck I would not really want to trade that much. But we got 2 more Chargers. We got so many Chargers. See what they do. They don't have like a Robber of the Rich this turn. They got nothing. Huh. That's something. Well, I'm going to Fireblade Charger into Fireblade Charger. And they're probably gonna like bone crusher one of these. I bet that's what happens. Whew, 1,000 from Flea again. My God, cats. Cats move before the land drop. Yeah, I think that's actually the first time that's ever happened. I'm fairly certain that that's the first time we've nailed it. Right there. Rimrock Knight. Charles Barkley comes down. Charles Barkley can't block, so that's pretty cool. We can always shock this Rimrock and grow tag. So that's a thing we can do. But I suppose that we'll just get in for our 2. We'll grow tag and I'll hold up the shock. I'll be a good Magic player for once. And I'll hold up the shock. Unless they have like Infuriate. That would make this a bad play, but we'll see. Some people still play Infuriate. Yeah, read this. No one knows what this does. It gets extra stuff for creatures in your party, but we've only got 1 creature type in our party right now. We are kind of overloaded on warriors in the deck. It makes me want to take out the 2-drop warrior that like keeps a creature from blocking with power less than or equal to the number of warriors you have. I don't know how good that card is. Here comes Anax. Well, now we kill the Rimrock Knight, so they don't get a token off of it. See, I've committed to being a Magic player. Got a sneaking guide. Let's play the Mountain. Bonus at 17, which is not low enough. Because you see, they play the mono red deck that has good cards in it. So, if we don't Ardent Electromancer on turn 3 and just overwhelm them on board presence, we probably can't win. So, you know, we'll see how it works. Yeah, 0 Clerics is not great. It's not great. Yeah, I don't think I want to run the Pack Beast, honestly. Oh, I appreciate you for the 100 bits, Flea. Again, really got to keep an eye on Flea over there. Just always throwing out bits all willy-nilly. Well, I could kill the red back, or the red back, the red cap here with Shadow Skull Smashing. That's a thing. I'll leave behind a token. Or I can rob her, you see. Make the robber unblockable. Getting through guaranteed damage. Pull you back, buddy. Getting through guaranteed damage we are. Opponent likely has a cleave, if I had to guess. We'll end turn for now. Murphy continuing the gift sub they got from Got Big. 1078, appreciate you for continuing that sub, Murphy. Phoenix of Ash. Big dude, big boy. We just keep drawing lands. We do a lot of that here on the stream, don't we? We draw some lands. It's definitely a thing that we do. Well, I could always get the robber in for free, cast the Bone Crusher on either the Weaselback or the Phoenix. How many cards you got in there? 3, so they can get the Phoenix out. We might be better served getting the Weaselback for now. I do think that. All right, let's go. What are we going to get? Give me something good. A land. All right, well, that's not fantastic or anything. Let's get our 2 damage. It was free. Well, it wasn't free. We had to pay 2 for it. So there's that. It's actually tough, right? We kill the Phoenix. They have to spend mana. They have to use all their mana next turn to get it back. And they might not even have the mana to get it back. They might not. If they do get it back, if we kill it again, then they can't. They likely can't get it back after that because they're using all the cards in their graveyard to get it. So, and I'm just not really that afraid of Weaselback while we have Fireblade Chargers. So I'll just take out their guaranteed source of damage and make them spend all their mana getting it back. We'll do that. But maybe they have a Torbrand this turn, which would suck. It's a Fervent Champ. Not a great card to see either, to be honest. They swing with everything, then they might have a cleave, so keep that in mind. Yep. Here comes cleave. Well, we're going to make blocks as if they didn't have a cleave. Dun, 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 Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's the Cleveland show, everybody. We knew it. Come on, big boy. Well, I guess we'll take care of that guy before it hits our charger. We'll go to 4. Alright, so we got 6 here, which means we can kill this Anax. But, I mean, we still die, right? We still die. Let's play there. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Then go to 9 this turn. Ooh. So we definitely don't have lethal. That's not happening. Well, let's do that. They still have a lot of creatures. So we gotta worry about that. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think there's a way that we can pull it off. I really don't. I think another thing to do there would have been to rob her the rich for free and try to, like, maybe get a cleave ourselves. That wouldn't have won, though. I don't know how we would have pulled that off. I'm going to good game the opponent. Lost to cleave. It won't be the first time that happens, I'm sure. I'm not actually interested in really testing how well this deck does against other mono red decks. I want to see how it does against, like, literally any other deck. I'm going to take a minute to get there. Yep, I took the 1 lander. We actually have a 3 lander here, so it's not so bad. I'm going to play Guide here, so we can rogue into Warrior on turn 2. That way, maybe if we get Ardent Electromancer by 3, see, there she is, then we can actually do this stinking thing. We still have to get another untapped land to pull it off, though. Although, I guess we don't. We can just play the tap land this turn, play the Charger, and now we have a Rogue and a Warrior, and we can get 3 mana when we play Electromancer next turn, play Kargan, Intimidator, and Charger. Seems good. Seems pretty decent. Let's get in for our 1. Just give me an explosive turn. Don't kill one of these guys. Oh my god. You just got to do it. You just had to kill it. Also interesting that you killed the thing that hits you. Alright. Tap Source. So we can at least Electromancer Intimidator this turn, which is still pretty good. Not bad at all, actually. Let's go. And then, if they play this Bone Crusher this turn or something, we can just, like, make it to where it can't block Warriors and get in. They might trade it with an Electromancer or something. How's Electromancer doing? Well, so far, this is the first time we played it, and that seemed like a pretty decent play, honestly. Yeah, they thirst, but see, they thirst, but we still leave value behind in the form of Electromancer from that turn, so not bad, not bad. We gotta stop drawing land, though. I think that would be pretty sweet if we would stop drawing land. Let's charge her. I will say, if we draw land this turn, then we'll have enough to kill Bone Crusher Giant with a smashing. So there's a bright side to it. But we'll see what they do. This looks like it's just the Croxa deck, which means they probably have plenty of removal. Keep that in mind. They have a whole like grip full of cards. Yep, Heartless Act. We drew another land, which is, you know, just really not ideal. But it took them 2 turns worth of tapping mana to take care of the creatures we played in 1 turn, which is pretty decent tempo, but it's not going to work forever. There goes our smashing. New Croxa would happen eventually. Play the lands. You got a Channeler? They don't. Okay. Well, we'll just keep expanding our board presence here. Get in a couple of damage. This might be a close one, though, especially if we keep just drawing bricks. But ultimately, pretty good start to the game. We just, you know, drew garbage for a few turns in a row there. Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about where's the dang old deck list. It should be in the top left. Somewhere. The deck list link. But I think you've all been trying to tell each other that. Stats 102 with the 100 bits. I almost missed that, by the way. I wonder if I missed any other bits that were given. I don't think so. That's good. All right, so let's hit them. So, man, we drew another land. How is that happening, dude? I'm going to keep it in our hand. Why not bluff? Jeez, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. There's the Bone Crusher, so now we're brick-walled. They gain a life off of Bloodfell Caves. Interesting. There, Croxa. Discard the land. We would have taken 3 regardless. I guess it would have been better to have the land, but who cares? There's a shock. Might as well do this. They're going to escape their Croxa, and then the game's over. So, there's that to consider. Well, I was giving them a chance to not do it, so let's good game them. And we'll see what's up. I was a little bit worried about Croxa decks, just because they play, like, what, 74 removal cards? So, you know, that could be a problem. We'll try another one here. We're going to keep plugging away. That game was actually not terrible. We had a shot at winning that one, just our deck did not cooperate. I think we drew land 4 out of 5 turns. I think that is actually what happened, which is just bad. That's so bad. So we go first here. That's what we want. We go Charger into Intimidator. We also have 2 Crushers. Like, not a bad opener. One of the best ones we could hope for, honestly. We want to get to Electromancer. Could be worse. Opponent leads on in Datha Triomes. Getting spicy with that Abzan. Looks like we're just playing normal mono red right now. Hope we get another land for this Relic Robber. I really hope we do. Hateful Eidolon. Oh my god. It's a stinking Hateful Eidolon. Well, I guess what we have to do this turn is stomp the Eidolon. I guess we'll go ahead and pump this. It doesn't matter. Swing 5. See, just like when it plays like normal mono red, it's not too bad. Messian Wanderer. Okay. And a Hateful Eidolon. Hilarious. Oh, wow. Flea with the 400 bits. Jeez. Nice. Telling Draco thanks for his service. Thank you for your service, Draco. Woo! Let's go with this Hateful Eidolon. And then, let's make it so that cowards cannot block warriors. Well, I mean, they already can. Let's make this guy a coward. Let's go 4. Put him at 10. Not bad. But I get the feeling they're going to start opening up. Uh-oh! A Felidar Retreat. Classy. Spikefield Hazard. The worst thing ever. I kind of like the Intimidator here. Like, I like just playing this Intimidator. Kind of like Relic Robber too, to be honest though. Like, I'm trying to decide between these 2 cards. I could also just Bone Crusher, like put the biggest body on the battlefield as possible. But if I Intimidate her now and they play another creature next turn, that gives me a chance to just, you know, invalidate their blockers, which might be the right thing to do right now. So, you know, I think I'm going to Intimidate her. And make this guy a coward. We'll just keep doing that. Also think I might want this land next turn. More than I want to kill the next one. Dryad. Let's see if they get a land drop too. Messian will help them do that. Yep. Champion. So, man, they really went off that turn. That was very, very sexy. So, let's see. We get 2 if we play the Electromancer here. Look, there's 3 mana left, so we can play Electromancer into Bone Crusher. We can play Relic Robber into Sneaking Guide, and then we can start getting through Relic Robber for free, which might be the thing to close the game out. Well, if we play Guide here, that means we get 3 mana off of Electromancer. So then we can play Robber. That's the way to sequence it. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so we got to keep 2 of these creatures out. We really want the Sneaking Guide and the Relic Robber. So that's how you make Electromancer look pretty decent. That was a pretty good turn right there. I think. And an Archon, that's really bad. I don't like that at all. Oh, why did it have to be Archon? Jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. God, that's so bad. Well, 5 lands is okay here. God. That's really painful. That's so painful, dude. Let's play Crusher. It was right within our reach, too. I don't know what we're going to do about this Archon. I really don't. That's so bad. That's so bad. Banishing Light. Oh, my God. They get rid of an Intimidator. Okay. And so we can't make their Archon not be able to block or something? Here comes Archon. Man, they go to 7. That's so painful. Electromancer into Crusher. I'm just making sure I'm not like missing something horrible here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah. Yep. So terrible. Yep. It looks like it's probably we're not in a good place here. Stats 102 with the 100 bits. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the bits. That means a lot to me. Dryad. Prox Icon. Prox Wanderer. Prox Champion. Land. Prox Felidar Retreat. Land. Prox Felidar Retreat. Everybody coming. Everybody should come on. Yeah, come on, guys. Yeah, they can attack with these now because they're putting counters on them, which is pretty hilarious. I mean, let's be honest. That's very funny. Let's block here. That's good for now. God, they're at 13. 13! Look at how much they've gone off. It's crazy. Let's go off a little bit more. Proc all my dudes. Why not? Got any more mana? Nah, you're out of mana. Man. Whoosh. God, that was the loudest whoosh ever. We drew yet another land. It's pretty much the only thing our deck is doing tonight. So let's good game our opponent. Oh, they good gamed us first. So instead, excuse me, instead we'll give them a nice. Never a good game your opponent first. It's really stupid to do that. Anyway, so what are we, 0-3 against decks with a bajillion rares? So maybe budget can't work, but let's keep making it try. Let's keep trying to make it work. It's some really good turns there with Electromancer that looked great. If our opponent didn't have like 12 engines online at the same time, I think we probably would have done better there. But still. Let's see what kind of nonsense we get into now. But I will say this is very true of the new standard, too. Just in general, like we've been getting diverse games. You know, we played against 3 different decks now. 3 different games, 3 completely different decks. A couple of which you may not have seen, you know, last week. So I have been enjoying the new standard. Like a good bit. Opponent's got a Thieves Guild Enforcer. This is not a brand new deck, obviously. I just had to run my mouth. Oh, seeing some interest in new decks. Rogues. Whoops. Well, I guess I like Intimidator the most, so I want to play it the least. Let's go with Out Vanguard. Well, opponent has a thing. Opponent definitely has something. Soaring Thought Thief. Temple comes down for the opponent, so they still only have access to 2 mana. Alright, we drew another land. I guess we still kind of need the land, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to try to resolve this Relic Robber. Let's just see what happens. Already have 5 cards in our yard, so we do kind of have to be careful here of tricks. Well, opponent's got something. May not be a counterspell, but it's something. There's a Heartless Act. I thought it might be an act. Well, we'll go ahead and get our damage in. 6 cards in our yard. Keep that in mind. So this attack step should... Well, geez, that's going to be terrible. That's so bad. Can we beat this? Is it possible to beat this now? I guess we can intimidate her. Or can we? Should have bug catchered first. How do you still have, like, cards in your hand? It's ridiculous. There's no attacks for now. Let's see how this turn goes down. Yeah, evasion is brutal. It really is. Scry to the bottom. That's probably a good sign. But here they come for all of the damage. God. It's so much. That's so much. The turn we would like to draw a land, but we don't. I'd really like to smashing one of these. That would really help out, like, a lot. Didn't have Drown in the Loch until just this moment, apparently. That's pretty nice. 0 and 4. So we are quickly decimated. We started at the top of Tier 3. Just so you know, we started at the very top of Tier 3. We are now at the bottom of Tier 3. So let's keep playing. Let's keep trying to see how low we can make it go. Budget doesn't work, I think is the lesson. At least not this budget deck. I shouldn't say that because, you know, like, I guess Rogues is kind of a budget deck. There's a mono blue tempo deck right now that I think is really good, and it's like relatively budget, but you have to play Brazen Borrower. That's where Wizards screwed up, honestly. Like, I hate to rant here, and I hate to sound madder than I really am. I'm not that angry. But, like, the last couple of years, it feels like all the decks that would be budget, save for one card, are plentiful, right? It's like there are like 5 decks at a time, at any given time, that are like $30 decks, except they have a $25 card in them that you have to play 4 of. You have to, or the deck isn't good. So, Wizards really knew what they were doing with that, didn't they? Hopefully our opponent will play Magic with us at some point tonight. Yeah, I'd really like this deck to work too, Flea. Thanks for the 100 bits, by the way. And like I said, this deck was working. I didn't lose 4 in a row last time I played with this deck. I've only played 4 or 5 games prior to the stream, but I won like 2 or 3 of them. So, you know, I was kind of liking this deck. But that's what I get for liking a deck. What I'd like is to build a deck that loses like 8 straight when I'm not on stream. That's how I know I can stream it. And it's going to do like super well. We're up against mono red here. The one deck I really don't want to play against. Just because we are also mono red, but worse. So, like I said, I'd really like to see how we do against other decks. Opponent really taking their time to read here. Yeah, you play a land, it turns out we can't kill Uricome Hellhound. Because, you know, 1 + 1 does not equal 3. So, simple as that. Fervent Champ. I'm going to read Fireblade Charger again now that they played Fervent Champion. Just to make absolutely sure they know what it does. Comes another Fervent Champion. Cool. Cool. What a good turn that was. Why did it take him so long to do that? I'll never know. Let's block one of these champs and kill it. That was really, really weird. Oh, Vanguard. What kind of nastiness does our opponent have in store for us this turn? Their mono red deck that plays good cards. Robber! More haste threats. That's what I like to see. You got a shock? You use that leftover 1 mana shock? That would be perfect. God, that would be amazing. No, you're just going to come in. You're just going to do it. Comes the dog and the robber. We needed that land. We needed that land. We needed it so bad. Why would you do that? Okay. All right, bud. Man. Man. Oh, mono red. All right, I'm actually just going to Ardenn here and take the shock. This is also a play we can make. At least I'm entertained by this mono red opponent. I'm trying to win, Flea. I'm trying to do. Oh, does that count as a win? What is that doesn't count as a win. I have no idea what our opponent was doing. Our opponent was very strange. That shouldn't count. I don't understand. Maybe they're just learning. Maybe they're like brand new. Like maybe they took so long to play Double Fervent Champion on turn 2 because like that's the first time they've ever done it, you know? They're like, oh, if I play Fervent Champion and then I play the other Fervent Champion, that means they both get to boost each other and I get to, oh, that's awesome. Like maybe it's the first time they'd seen it or something. You never know. A lot of people are just now learning Magic. Let's see what's up against Headpool. A name that I like. We do get to go first, so that's good. But we have no 1-drop, which is unfortunate. They give us the heart emoji. We'll say hello. Looks like it could be rogues, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want it to be. I don't know if we got a choice. Mountain. At least we got that 3rd land. I kind of just want a robber again. Not going to lie. See if it gets countered. That's what I'm worried about the most. Oh, it's a Thought Thief. That's not so bad. We can still get through here for 2. Steal a couple of cards. Is there a San? Agadeem's Awakening. Both good. Cards I'd rather the opponent not have, so I'll take them. They do get through with Thought Thief here. That's interesting. Don't keep it up to block, which probably means they have something. There's another land. Well, I guess let's just get in. They sacrificed the passage. They're still only going to have 2 untapped lands here. I wonder if they Thought Thief, but that still won't stop us. Okay, it's a Thieves Guild Enforcer, which we have a Bone Crusher for. Let's get in. I wonder if they block with Thieves Guild. They do not. I guess I just wanted to get cards out of their hands so we wouldn't steal anything else. That's why I probably should have Bone Crushered. Yeah, I should have Bone Crushered before actually attacking. But you know what we could do since we're unblocked is play their Zareth. We won't get a creature out of their yard, but we will have a big guy. There's that. But I think I'd rather Bone Crusher into Intimidator or something here. I think that's the better play. Now we might actually have enough damage on board just to win. See, the game, this is another one of those games where we're just playing like normal mono red and winning as a result. But we'll see if we actually, yeah, we actually can finish the win here. That's the thing, is that embercleave is really good at pushing through the last few damage in a mono red deck. But we don't have that luxury here. Stats 102 with 100 bits. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I guess we could just try and get in again here. See if we steal something. They have 4 cards. So if they have something with flash, we don't get a card. So maybe we should play a card first. Intimidator first. See if this gets a card out of their hand. Drown in the lock. So it does. So we're guaranteed to steal cards here. Ooh, we can play that. Which is kind of cool. How many cards are in your yard? 4. They're at 6. Honestly, I'd rather just play the Intimidator. Let's go. We might actually have an honest win coming our way here, but we don't know. We don't know that. All right, big Thieves Guild Enforcer. We get another land. They're just everywhere. But we might actually want that. All right, so let's swing first. Borrower. Should I not have gotten a chance to play the robber again? Because you did that before my attack step. So I probably should have been able to play the card, but that's okay, whatever. Whatever you say, guy. Well, let's activate the Intimidator. So this can't block the Kargan Intimidator, but it can block the Robber. Let's see. So they're going to go to 3. Well, let's make it 2. That way we can play Robber and Thieves Guild Enforcer. Or we could just play Vanguard. Now, if we play Vanguard, that means we can just play Robber next turn and swing with haste. But they might have a Rankle to make us discard the Robber. So there's that to consider too. I'm doing this. How many cards are in their yard? 7. So they play like a removal spell or something, then they've hurt themselves. A Nighthawk Scavenger. That is the best card in your deck to draw right now. Oof. But that's the best card in our deck for us to draw, so cool. Very, very cool, y'all. 1, 2, 3. And that's why you play Shatter Skull Smashing. We did it. And we put the 8th card in their yard, too. So, yeah, we did it, everybody. We did it against Rogues. We pulled it off. It's pretty great. Pretty hot. Pretty hot. GG, opponent. We actually did it, everyone. We did it. Yikes. Well, we're going to try to get another one in. Oh, that one felt fair. That was a good, fair win, which we needed. And we didn't even have to, like, go off the Electromancer. We just, like, played good red cards, which, again, when the deck plays close to, like, a traditional mono red deck that we've been seeing for, like, a year, that's when the deck actually wins games. Flea with 1,000 bits, you said you'd do it. The madman actually did. I appreciate you, Flea. 1,000 bits is a lot. That's a whole lot of bits. We go first here, and this could be better, but it could be worse, so I'm keeping it. We're up against Yorion. Keep that in mind. And American Flag Sleeves. Fabled Passage, turn 1. What you popping it for? A green source. All right. This turn I'm going to go ahead and double 1-drop. You never go full rogue. Yeah, honestly, the coolest looking rogues decks to me are the ones that aren't very rogue oriented right now. And they do exist. You know, there are decks that only play 4 Soaring Thought Thief and 4 Thieves Guild Enforcer and call it a day. From there on out, they're just like a blue-black control deck. And those decks are really kind of very good. So what our opponent's doing over here? Some sort of Golgari ramp they're trying to... Well, at least this is an Eat Brew. They're going to mill themselves with Timurid Calls of Dead, but they're also playing Yorion, so... They're doing some cool stuff. They got rid of a Myers Grasp to make a Zombo. Interesting choice, considering they're... I mean, we're obviously an aggro deck. They bottom their Scry. So, let's Bone Crusher this. Also just going to hit them for 1. And we're going to go. Okay, it's an Electromancer. That's pretty dope. And we can get 3 off of it too. So let's go ahead and do that. Electromancer looking decent. Look at that Electromancer. Bam, bam, bam. Down to 12. If they play something relatively small, we can Smashing it. If we get another land, we can Smashing the zombie they make right here. Get through for 10. Seems good. Ugh. Myers Grasp. They are going to take 2 for the privilege, though, so that's good. They still have 3 mana open, though. You do a lot of damage with 3 mana, but they elect not to. We're going to Relic Robber. Looks like they have something in their hand they can cast. Like they're flipping through priority quickly, but something's holding priority. It's a Heartless Act on the Electromancer. We will hit him for 3 there at 7. Yeah, I'll end the turn. No reason to play this for now. Tretch Bless. Okay. That could actually spell trouble for them, to be honest. They have 3 mana, though. And you can do a lot with 3 mana. What they need to do is play a threat. Blood Chief's Thirst. Okay. That will put them at 5. Land. Well, this deck really likes your land. Maybe we should just play 18 mountains. We play 20 mountains right now, plus 3 Smashing and like 1 Spikefield Hazard. Like I think we played 24 lands in the deck and all, but like honestly, these games are making me think we should cut a land at least. Doom Foretold. Uh-oh. Opponent is down to 2, though. There's an Ephemia. Uh-oh. I'm going to set a stop. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. It always does this. So which one is the one that I'm tapping right now? Which one is the one that I'm tapping? Do you know? Do you know which one I'm tapping at the moment? Can you tell? Which one is it? I don't know. Am I tapping itself to make it to... I don't understand. Which one am I tapping at this moment? Left? I should tap left? I don't see an arrow. I mean, I see this arrow. But that doesn't tell me which one. Okay, cool. Resolve. Resolve. And then sacrifice this one. And then draw. Good games, this. Thank you, opponent. And then we'll get in. Cool, we did it. We did it. We chose the correct one. Unless they can remove it? I don't know that they can. Okay, cool. Let's go. We did it. We did it 2 games in a row, everybody. We did it, everyone. That's just Seamus. This isn't a great hand. We do have an Ardent, though, and if we draw a 2-drop, like, it's not a bad hand. If we don't draw a 2-drop, maybe Relic Robber will do some work for us. I mean, We'll try. But I don't have a whole lot of faith here. You know, we haven't come across mono green. I'm sure I've just breathed it into life, but we haven't come across mono green yet, which is good. Mono green is actually the deck that I'm like most scared of. What, another Indatha Triome? So it is. Huh. Neat. I guess this will have to do for 2 drops. A Bone Crusher. See if we can snag a creature with it. We can! Neat. All is not lost. Let's crush that Bones. Let's get in with Relic Robber. Ooh, drew a Shock. That's not bad. Not a bad card at all. I actually really like this start. If they play a 1-drop, this ends up a great hand. Yeah. Turns out that was true of a 2-drop as well. Crystalline Giant. Please don't get hexproof. Please don't get hexproof. Please don't get hexproof. Vigilance. Okay. They swing in. Nice flex. Very nice flex. So if we play an Ardent, we get 2 mana. At which point we can shock Spike Field this Crystalline away. So I kind of like that. Shock. Spike. Boom. Bump, set, spike. Let's get in. Let's go. We're doing it, everybody. We're actually doing it. Put him at 13 with these constructs. Oran Reef Ooze. Okay. We got 3/3 Ooze, which I don't love. Put it on this guy. All right. Ozolith comes down. They're just all about the flex. I guess that was the right move, though, honestly. I'll play the land first. Let's Bone Crush the Oran Reef. And let's get in. I think we have a really good shot at winning this one at this point. In the turn. Go down to 5. I think we got it, y'all. I mean, we lost, what, 4 in a row? And we should win 3 in a row. Yep, there it is. We did it, everybody. Relic Robber with the win that time. We can thank Relic Robber. We did. Look at our rank recovering. That is very nice. Feels good. Let's go. Just pass turns to win. That's all we had to do. We didn't have to even worry about attacking that game. So that was Red Party in its current iteration. I do think this deck probably does need embercleave. Let's be honest. But I don't know what to take out if I was going to put in cleave, right? I'd probably take out 2 of this guy. This dude's not very good. This lady, actually. Although, you know, they're dudes. The dudes are... I'm a dude, she's a dude, all that. But, anyway, I'd probably take out Vanguard at the very least. And maybe a copy or 2 of Sneaking Guide as well. There's like 34 creatures in the deck, so I'm pretty sure you could duck 4 creatures and still be good. Putting in cleaves or something. You can also put in, like, just Torbrands, right? I mean, just, eventually the deck will just be mono-red, like regular roll mono-red. But the deck probably does need cleave if it's going to actually, you know, do anything. So there's that. But altogether, like, fun deck to play. Flea 47, you get this up to Mr. Henry 19. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Man, Flea 47 just super generous with the bits. And with the gift subs tonight. I'm just scrolling up to make sure I haven't missed, like, stuff like this, for instance. The WizKid, you subbed. You prime subbed. You prime subbed. So I appreciate that. But I want to make sure I got your name correct. Did I? I feel like chat moved down on me again because someone said something. TK WizKid, yeah, you subbed for Prime for 3 months. And you called me the best in the biz, which I would deny.